Hi everyone, this is the Fruitful Sower channel. So, what's the purpose of this channel? Well, I'm completely clueless on gardening and made this channel to motivate myself to start learning about gardening and to start treating my garden properly. The whole of last year, I didn't do as much as I would have liked to have done on my garden, so I really wanted this year to be a year whereby I'm able to look after my gardening and learn lots of gardening tricks. And I will learn as I go along, and I hope you can follow me on this journey and also learn along with me as somebody who is completely new to gardening. So, just a few details about my garden. So, my garden is approximately 95 square meter, or in yards, that's about 114 square yard. And there's quite a bit I have to do with the garden. There's a lot of cleanup I have to do. As I mentioned, I didn't really look after it well throughout last year, and this year I'm determined to change things around. So there was quite a few weeds growing on various parts of the garden, and a couple of months ago I sprayed weed killer over as much weeds as I could, but it seems like that wasn't a good idea because yeah, the weed killer killed the weed, as you can see, but also a lot of the grass underneath. So my plan is I want to remove, first of all the traces of weeds around the garden. If possible, try to treat the grass as well, and just get the garden overall just with a leveled grass. And yeah, apart from even just looking after the grass, I also want to start growing vegetables and fruits because, why not use the space to grow some food that I can actually eat? And yes, like I said, I'm completely new to gardens, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but I'm determined to learn and hopefully produce fruitful results. So, in terms of climate, I live in a temperate oceanic climate, and it's been quite cold the past couple of weeks, but it's slowly beginning to warm up with spring approaching. Even about 2 weeks ago, there was some snow. As you can see, I took some footage of it because it's not very often we get snow around here. So it might be a while before I'm able to cut the grass, let's say, and with a lawnmower. But for now, I'm going to work on planning how I'm going to start with maybe a small garden bed and just to start sowing some seeds somewhere in the garden to start growing some fruits and vegetables. Now, remember, I'm completely clueless and really have no idea where to start with all this. So I'm going to be spending some time reading up on basics of gardening, watching a few channels here on YouTube that's focused on gardening, so at least I can get to know the basics. So we'll see how it goes. It should be interesting. So this is really just a quick introduction about what the channel is going to be about. If it sounds interesting to you to follow an amateur gardener like me, then feel free to do so. I'm doing this for fun and like I mentioned, for some motivation to sort out my garden, and I really want to learn how to grow fruits and vegetables. And maybe I can also encourage others to work on the garden if they can see an amateur like me managing to do it. So join along if you want to see how I transform this garden around, and maybe I'll even be able to grow enough vegetables to make an entire meal one day. Well, we'll see. Also, I appreciate any tips and advice in the comments, or any reference to channels that are good to learn gardening for a beginner, or any videos that might help. Here's hoping for a fruitful harvest over the coming year. And that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next video.